Okay, so exposing lies about the Philippines. I'm from America. I've lived in the Philippines for 2 years exactly, and I hear a lot of people that have never been to the Philippines or came to the Philippines for 2 weeks or a month or came to the Philippines many years ago, and they will say a few things that I would like to dispel as someone that has lived here for 2 years straight. Haven't left since 2022. Just right off the top, the food is terrible, is what people say. And to be honest with you, Filipino cuisine may not be your cup of tea if you are a foreigner. But what person comes to a country and is forced to eat the native cuisine, which I tend to find things like chicken adobo, chicken sisig, pancit, many other things just great. But on what budget would you be forced to eat the native food? If you're in places like this, Boracay, if you're in BGC, Makati, Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, Siargao, Bohol, El Nido, Palawan, you can get any type of food you want. Now, will the price be similar to America? It will. Sometimes a bit less, and you can certainly get an oceanfront dinner for much less. But yeah, I don't recall signing a contract with a country when you show up there to eat only their cuisine and avoid all the Japanese food, the sushi, the American restaurants, the sandwiches, whatever it is that you like. I eat whatever I want and eat similar to America for like 20 bucks a day, or if I want to just buy some stuff, buy a piece of chicken or whatever and cook it at home, you could eat for $5 a day. So A, it may not be your cup of tea or as popular as Thai food, but that's just absolute garbage myth that the food is bad. Filipino food that I've tried is good, and I just choose to eat what I want. You're not in some place where, you can only eat the traditional cuisine. So I think that is just a complete and total myth that the food is so terrible. I just don't see it. And another one that I want to dispel is that every woman wants you, and you are just this gorgeous supermodel, even if you're, 300 pounds or 75 or whatever. Definitely not, especially not in 2024. Filipinos are getting more picky, and they're not just going with just pensioners only and stuff. There's a lot of 30, 40, whatever, 25-year-olds, 45-year-olds coming here now. And so that creates options, which creates pickiness. If you're willing to get into a relationship, that's good on you. A lot of the dudes that are 25 and 30 probably aren't. But either way, in like a major area like a Boracay, a Manila, Cebu, there's tons of foreigners here. The sniffles is gone. So, you're not going to be in a situation like even in 2022 where there was basically no competition because you needed to quarantine or you needed this or that, or people just weren't quite recovered from the COVID thing. So that's another myth that I want to dispel, that you're just going to bag a Miss Universe. Probably not. If you're a guy that's, a Chad in your home country, or you're slaughtering it with the ladies and dating eights in your country, sure, you could probably get a 10 here. If you're dating sixes, you could probably get an 8 here. But if you're like a guy that has trouble speaking to women, or, you're 5 foot, or you're, super unconfident, have a hard time making eye contact, or, you haven't been with a woman in years, women are women, and women can smell that. So you will likely be settling for the first girl that's willing to be your girlfriend. Now, if you are a socially awkward guy that isn't a ladies' man, you can certainly get a girlfriend for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? You're going to be rich when you get here, even if you're getting, $1,200, $2,000, whatever. So you can certainly get a girlfriend, but being a player would probably be out of your reach in a major area, certainly. There are places, the more obscure areas of Manila and real deal provinces that doesn't have a lot of foreigners, where you will be looked at as basically a movie star, even if you're not, the spitting image of a young Tom Cruise. But realistically, you're going to have to work for it. A lot of these girls speak English. A lot of these girls got their own money. A lot of these girls got options that are younger, taller, or whatever they're looking for. So it's not quite what it was even in 2022. Certainly from what I've heard, it's not what it was, 10, 20 years ago. So it's no longer just pensioners and retired guys and stuff like that. It's a bit of a competition out here. You know, channels like this, and obviously way bigger channels than this, have shined a spotlight on the Philippines and Thailand and stuff, and there's a lot of dudes over here now, so it's gonna be a little tougher than it once was, and you gotta work on yourself and be the best version of yourself and be realistic, you know what I mean? Stay within 20 years, or, you know when a girl's attracted to you. It's pretty obvious, right? So another thing is that it's dangerous. While anywhere can be dangerous, certainly, the Philippines has a pretty low danger level if you keep it respectful with the locals and you don't sleep with anyone's wife or get drunk and flashy and become a jerk or something. I've experienced no danger in 2 years, never even seen a fight, seen a couple close calls, saw a guy get shot by the police on P. Burgos, but don't go to P. Burgos late at night if you're not looking for some danger. But yeah, at the end of the day, never take a taxi in Manila, always take a Grab. Don't bring women over to your house that you just met. Just do the basic common sense things. And I would say you're in way less danger than the United States. It's just not really a thing. And generally Filipinos are happy. Don't bring strangers to your home. Women don't want to have threesomes. Don't bring 3 back to your place. You probably know what would happen next. You got to just do like basic common sense stuff, and you certainly will not be in danger. Now, another thing is that it's super cheap. While housing is cheaper, transportation is cheaper, airplane flights fall under transportation is cheaper, getting your house cleaned is cheaper, getting your stuff moved is cheaper. Any type of services, rent, and travel is cheaper. Food, if you're in major areas like myself, BGC, Makati, any of the places I just named, Palawan, Boracay, it's gonna be similar price. Here's how Philippines gets you. You'll think, oh, I can get some salmon, for 600 pesos, but then they'll give you 4 ounces of salmon. So in America, it'd be $25, so 1,200, 1,500 pesos, but they'd give you, 12 ounces of salmon, or whatever the case may be. So if you want to eat Western style, poke, salmon, sashimi, things like that, you'll pay about the same as America, which is fine, because you're saving on all the other stuff. Now, electronics are more expensive. You want to buy an iPhone. The iPhone that I'm shooting this on is an iPhone 14 Pro Max. I paid 82,000 pesos for this. I believe in America it'd be like 70 maybe. So you're going to pay more for imported products. You go to a place like called S&R, that's sort of our wannabe Costco. I think Costco is a minority shareholder or a minority owner or something of that. You can buy Kirkland almonds that you would get at the Costco in Las Vegas for like $9, but they'll be 1,000 pesos or 18 or 17 bucks. So you pay about double for that. So imported products will be more, electronics will be more, but you will save on quite a few things. Getting your condo cleaned for 90 minutes for $10 is quite a deal, right? Taking a Grab, which is our Uber, for, $5 to $8 to go from a $70 to $100 ride in America is quite a deal, right? And on places, here's where they get you. They have smaller places in the Philippines than in America. In America, you're gonna get yourself a, high-rise apartment. Smallest you're gonna get is 600 square feet. It just doesn't really exist to be smaller than that, maybe 500 square feet. Here in the Philippines, you can get a high-rise that's 180 square feet, 18 square meters, 22 square meters, 220 square meters. That simply doesn't exist. So if you're okay living in a shoebox with crazy amenities, a rooftop pool and a gym and a concierge or a restaurant or whatever, that's great. And most of us don't care. We're not home all the time or whatever, but that's where they get you on that. Like BGC is gonna be like the same or more than America, but you're living in a fucking 300 square foot place. There is no high rises that are 300 square feet in America. So it kind of all evens out. Now, if you go outside of BGC or Makati, ritzy areas, you can get a little more bang for your buck, and you can still, you can get a bigger square footage place. It is much cheaper. When you go to, Cebu even, when you go to Boracay or different places, you will get more, but they get you on the square feet. They just simply don't make 200 square foot apartments in America, 300 square foot apartments, not in luxury buildings with crazy amenities and stuff. So if you're okay with that, you'll be okay. But yeah, don't believe the hype that it's just, you're gonna live here for $500 a month. No, you're not. You don't want to live like a Filipino. You're not gonna live in a shack with no air conditioning. You're not gonna eat dried fish and rice every day. You're gonna want to live Western style. $3,000 is the benchmark for financial freedom and doing whatever the fuck you want. 2,000, you'll be fine. It's pretty simple. I go live every day, Manila time, morning, 9-ish. I do consultations, Jasperinthephilippines@gmail.com. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers. Sana all.